Hi, host Eric here, host of Talking with Famous People. And tonight I want to talk about attention seeking. Look at me, aren't I being clever? This is one of the ways in which individuals can choose to dismiss or attack or otherwise, you know, reduce the ENTP in some fashion. Okay? It's a way in which you might yourself be very harsh on yourself. Uh, there will probably be instances in an ENTP's life when he returns from some sort of social function and is kicking himself because, man, I talked too much and I didn't let the other person talk, and I wish I had really listened more, and I could tell they were getting annoyed with me, and stuff like that. Those sort of postmortems are going to be typical to a personality type that leads with improvisation and that fundamentally, by nature, rejects, dislikes, but also idolizes planning. So we like planning, we don't like being beholden to plans, beheld to plans. Yeah. Anyway, this video is about attention seeking. So we are people. We do like to go and engage with others. And in fact, all of our most successful work projects ultimately are driven by some sort of community aspect to it, whether it's, it, for example, when I want to make sure I get something done, if I schedule some sort of meeting where I have to present it to a group of other people, then I will definitely get it done because I cannot tolerate arriving there, knowing these people are there, expecting them from me, and me not being able to provide it. However, if that same thing is happening and I'm supposed to send them all an email separately at the same time, that's different. And I don't know why, but what I'm saying is the reason why is that it's a people thing, right? Like I have to make sure that I attend to. It's just too important at that point. If you're in front of a bunch of people, you don't want to embarrass yourself. Yada yada yada. It's an FE thing, and the thing is, extroverted feeling for me in the third slot, it's not sophisticated. It's like a toddler kind of. It's or like a third grader. It's it's getting the gist of everything, but missing a lot of the nuances. So for me, I know what I want. I want to engage with people. I know what I do. I make stuff. I know what I'd like is for people to engage with me about the stuff I make, which functionally is the same thing as seeking attention. Now, for the last minute and 15 minutes, I want to talk about this attention issue. Minute and 15 seconds is pointing out that what to do when you what do you do about this, right? So we all operate with a lot of fear in general, right? And the reason for that is because we have faced so many examples of the danger that other human beings pose to our emotional, spiritual well being. That a few harsh words here or there, the wrong harsh words can make a big difference. One little comment that you think in passing might make a huge impact on someone's life, right? These things we experience fairly mindlessly and kind of blindly in ourselves. We experience it in others first. So I have one very clear memory from early childhood when I said something mean to my mother and made her cry, and then just completely fell apart and ran into the bathroom, and I didn't know what to do with my feelings at that point, right? I was a little kid, and I had been trying to be joking around with my mom. I was probably like, I don't know, first grade, kindergarten. I was young, I was trying to joke around with my mom, and I made a joke that was mean. And she conveyed that to me, that I'd hurt her feelings. And I was devastated. This is the thing about seeking attention, is it's dangerous business. You want positive attention. So there are the strategies that are normally done to address attention seeking, as if attention seeking is manifesting as a problem thing. It's manifesting a problem because usually, number one, the person seeking attention doesn't differentiate between positive and negative attention. As long as there's attention, it doesn't matter, right? It absolutely matters to me if it's positive or negative attention. What I will say is this: you very well might hear me indicate concepts to the exact opposite of what I just said about positive or negative comments, or positive or negative response. But I mean those two things when I say the exact opposite thing. I mean that as well, but I mean them under different frameworks. By that, I mean, um, absolutely, I care. I want people to like my stuff. I want people to watch it and for it to make them happy. Absolutely, it matters to me. But what I mean by it not really mattering if it's negative or positive is that my little personal interests are more or less irrelevant in my metaphysics on this whole thing. That I am now, in this point in my life, I am permitted finally to express myself as I wish and to put out everything I can that provides for me some solidity of identity that perhaps is inherently a little lacking in the ENTP. The good thing is I can afford to be fearless. What I mean by I can afford to be fearless is I don't have a lot of cause anymore to worry. And the reason is I've been stripped bare. I was I was an alcoholic. I was a practicing alcoholic. And that means I was, you know, starting my 6 a.m. morning with a couple of the little bottles of Smirnoff 101 and moving on from there throughout the day. This That's no life. It's not. It's suffering. Is what it is. So for me, coming out of that period of time, I got to know the shame of drunkenly making an ass out of myself, being way too much. I mean, I can't even think I'm too much now. Imagine me drunk all the time. Um, and I also know the experience of having to go through a lot of soul searching to stop drinking. I know the experience of having to go through a lot of analysis regarding my own resentments, fears, um, and limitations. I had to get really, really humble. So when you see me now seeking attention, I do so hoping to do a couple of different things. One, to normalize the behavior. Why do we have to have some other reason to justify our making of things beyond I'm making these because I like to make them, I think they're pretty good, and I'm hopeful somebody will enjoy watching them because I want the attention and I like the affirmation. Why is that so terrible? Why are those bad words? They are. They're perceived as such, right? You're not supposed to say, Well, why are you doing this? Because I seek attention and I like the affirmation. And I really enjoy engaging with people about stuff I make. Makes me feel like I'm being useful to others. But see, that last part is what everybody fixates on, right? Well, I'm doing this for some good reason. And good reasons can't be either profit. You can work at a job, make money in wages or salary, and that's a good enough reason to work there. But profit somehow is not a good reason. Or seeking attention is not a good reason. Or, oh, I want affirmation from my person. Well, what's wrong with you? Do you have low self esteem? No, I don't. That's why I'm able to tell you I absolutely enjoy the affirmation of others. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't anyone? Well, some people are introverts. Okay, yeah, well, I don't get this people. I mean, they're just aliens to me. I'm not an introvert, obviously. I'm a baby. That's what I am. I'm at 11 minutes now. Anywho, here's my message to you, and you, and you, and you. All four of you. There is nothing wrong with you. Yeah. You do whatever the fuck you want, alright? You make whatever you want, you put it out there, and you say, I'm not gonna play by your little social rules anymore. If you don't want to watch my shit, you don't have to watch my shit. But I'm gonna keep putting it out there, and I'm going to do what I want, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun, and you can go over there and wring your hands in social fear if you want. Okay? Because, and if you ever feel the need to, I will stand behind this 100%. Anybody who wants to say, Host Eric said there's nothing wrong with me, I'll be like, I did. I said that. I stand behind it. There's nothing wrong with that person. Okay? I don't know if that does you any good or not. For me, I know when somebody told that to me a few months ago, it was exactly what I needed to hear. Makes me emotional even thinking about it then. Not now. Um, it's exactly what I wanted and needed to hear. It's what nobody ever tells me. There is nothing wrong with you, Eric. And I was like, that's the most powerful message I've ever heard. I'm spreading that word. There's nothing wrong with you. Alright? We're cool, man. It's all good. Don't feel bad about owning it, right? We are as we are. Let the rest of the world fall in line.